Right. Because jealousy is a natural emotion. That's why I feel like people get twisted. It's natural.
Insecure is worse because that's an internal thing. The word insecure. Now, jealousy, there's levels to it.
Every time my man wasn't in my peripheral vision, I bugged the fuck out.
So an insecurity is somebody, or I mean security realistically is somebody just being wholeheartedly themselves no matter what the world or my loved ones would say.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nikki Diamante and welcome to 8 at the Table. I would like to introduce our guest today, Miss Sig the Trig. Hi babe.
How you doing?
All right, so today's topic, we're talking about what is worse? Because people think it's the same thing, but it's not. Jealousy or insecurity?
Yeah, because jealousy is insecurity.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Let me say this. I don't think jealousy is insecurity, but there's a thin line between being jealous and being insecure.
Yeah.
You can't be jealous without being insecure. You get what I'm saying? I have dudes, I mess with dudes that were insecure, and because they were so insecure, they became jealous. It's like they follow each other. They're like brothers, you know? You know, it's like little brother, big brother.
Like twin brothers.
They're twin brothers, actually. You can't be jealous and not be insecure, because I find myself sometimes being a little bit insecure sometimes. Believe it or not, I'm so gorgeous. But when I become insecure and I get jealous because I start looking at the other woman. You know what I'm saying? But it's in myself, I be feeling I'm not good enough. So if I'm not good enough and I see somebody talking to him, I'm gonna get jealous because I feel like I'm not good enough at any given time. It could leave me. So it's like being jealous and being insecure is not the same thing, but it could be the same thing.
So
I definitely think it goes hand in hand. But to me, insecurity is like a form of weakness, you know, and jealousy is just, you know, like some people could be jealous and, you know, like Alan has said to us, like, you may like that feeling because now you're like, oh, they want me to be all theirs. Like, they don't want me with nobody else. They're super jealous. They don't want nobody looking at me. They want me all for them. Like, that's like a jealous trait. Mm-hmm. But insecurity is like a self thing. It's like a self issue. So it's looked at different. I think it's two completely different things. Even though they play with each other very, like what you said is very true, but they're two completely different things.
Yeah, like if Sig has a toy that, like, let's say we was like children almost, right. Because jealousy is a natural emotion. That's why I feel like people get twisted. It's natural. It's the same thing as getting sad. It's the same thing as getting angry. It is a natural emotion. If she has a toy that I want and I'm jealous that she has a toy, does that make me insecure over a toy? No. She has it, I want it, I don't have it. So it's definitely, but like Danny said too, it does walk hand in hand. I have a very jealous personality. Like if I'm messing with Rico and Rico talking to Danny, I might not feel like she look better or she could fuck better or suck better, but I'm like, why the fuck he talking to this bitch? Why she? And you know what I mean? And I could be the most secure person, but I have a jealous personality. That's just how I am with a person that I'm with. But I also feel like it's important to catch yourself too when you're starting to feel that emotion, because that's when you could differentiate, all right, am I insecure?
Yeah.
Or am I jealous? You understand? Because if I work around beautiful women all the time. You understand? And feeling away when they come around, that's insecurity, because what do you feel like you're lacking in yourself? But jealousy is just like you said, it definitely comes hand in hand.
Can I disagree? I'm gonna disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think jealousy and insecurity go hand in hand.
I mean, they do go hand in hand, but they're just two different things.
I feel like if I am jealous of someone,
that's insecurity.
They're sparking the insecurities that are inside of me. So, for example, let's just talk about Danny, right? I'm looking at Danny, I'm like, Danny, you look great in this dress. Damn, if I wore that dress, I wouldn't look like that. I'm jealous that I don't look like her in this dress. I'm not saying distinctively, but I'm saying hypothetically. I'm looking at Danny, you look great in this dress. But if I wore this, I wouldn't look like this in this dress. There is a little bit of insecurity in saying, maybe if I was a little smaller, that dress would look like that on me. Not that I'm not happy she looks that sexy in that dress, but I'm jealous that I don't look like her, and I'm a little bit more jealous than insecure. But I'm jealous that I wouldn't look like that in the dress. But the insecurity comes in is that if I was like this, then the dress would look the same on me.
But it's like she said, there's different situations. Look at the situation that Nikki just gave us, an example of a toy and a child. That's not insecurity. That's just you being jealous over a materialistic thing. Now that situation may have some insecurity tied to it. That's why jealousy and insecurity do go hand in hand, but they are completely two different emotions, two different things, two different sides, because I'm a very confident person. I don't find myself to be insecure at any aspect of my life, but I have felt jealousy, So, it's different.
So the question was, which is worse, right? And I'm gonna bring it back to that.
Thank you.
Insecure or jealousy? And I'm gonna pick insecure. Mm-hmm. The reason why I say insecure is worse because that's an internal thing. The word insecure. Now jealousy, there's levels to it. Like they said, there's the cute jealousy, and it's like, yo, you popping off, and that's my cousin. You don't even know that's my cousin. Like, yo, like damn, like any man around you, that's ridiculous. That's stalker. That's crazy. But I'm gonna say insecurity because that's something you live with. That's something maybe a trauma from young, right? From growing and growing and growing, and you never dealt with that insecurity. So. Yes, like they said, so with the insecurity, it does breed jealousy, but the question was, which is worse? Insecurity. I'll take jealousy.
How do you know the difference between when you're dating a woman? How do you know the difference between her being insecure and her being jealous?
All right. Well, first, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? But like, you can't have insecurities when you're wearing things like this.
Hey,
you feel what I'm saying? And that's what it is, right? So an insecurity is somebody. Or security realistically is somebody just being wholeheartedly themselves, no matter what the world or my loved ones would say, right? Or think. Now, I want to answer your question, but before I answer your question, I want to answer the original question from the panel, which is worse, jealousy or insecurity? I'm going to go with a left field, and I'm going to say I think jealousy is worse than insecurities.
Oh.
Wow.
100%. And I feel like insecurities, for example, is something that can be aided. It does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of patience. As more often than not, an insecurity can be fixed or controlled and not thought of as much. Jealousy is somebody who's just envious of whatever it may be. It could be over possessiveness. It could be enviness of the lack of what they have. And jealousy spirals into a crazy possessiveness and crazy outcome, if it continues. Like, you could say, listen, I don't feel great in this dress, and I could almost more often than not convince you that you look great in that dress.
That's insecurity.
And that's insecurity.
Okay.
But if I talked to Danny and we had nothing sexual, we had nothing flirtatious, but you're just a very jealous individual, you are now limiting me talking to anybody because we're not doing anything, but in your mind, you've made up whatever reasons may be for you to be upset because of your jealousy. Now, jealousy causes a lot of problems versus insecurity. Insecurity can cause problems if they tie in hand to hand, yes. But jealousy could cause, like, what I like to call is unrealistic situations. And I honestly feel like some type of people create situations in their head that are not real based on their own jealousy.
So a man, you're walking down the street, and your man looking at another woman while you're with her.
I love it.
Is that a jealousy or is that an insecurity?
That is disrespectful.
No, I love it. Yo, I'll be honest with you, right?
Secure
yeah, like, yo, look.
Think about it.
I said the woman. I didn't say from his standpoint. I said you're walking down the street with your woman.
Yeah, with my
and
woman.
you look back at an attractive woman. Your woman gets upset. Is that a jealousy or is that an insecurity?
Insecurity.
It's more so a jealousy than anything. She could be insecure that she doesn't have it, so it turns into a jealousy.
But what if she does and she's upset?
If she does, then it's still a jealousy. So, like, that's what I'm saying. It's always going to be a jealousy versus on both sides of the spectrum versus just an insecurity on the other side of the spectrum.
Can I say something?
Yeah, okay, you go down.
Yeah, y'all go, because I got something for that.
Because I listened to all what y'all all say. I think it just goes down into what the definition is of insecurity and the definition of jealousy. To be insecure, you're jealous. So I understand what you're saying, right? And even breaking down certain things, right? I can say, okay, I'm a rapper, right? So I could look at another rapper like, I rap better than her. Like, how is she popping? Right? But that might be a little insecurity in me, which will flame up a jealousy. Yeah. Because I may feel insecure about myself and not even hating on the person, but because I start feeling insecurities and people is feeding onto it of like, well, they do this, they do that, and I'm like, well, I do this and do that. Now it's building up into the jealousy. So you can be insecure, which is jealousy, but it can flame up of you reacting, being jealous, if that makes sense.
Which is more dangerous.
But let me say one thing. Let me say one thing. I think. Hold on, let me say one thing, right? Let me say it, right? Women, I feel like most women get insecure. That's just facts, right?
I think all.
Let's just say like let's just say this, right? I'm in a relationship with you, right? We go somewhere in public, you know, we go to an event, right? I'm cool. I see other female there. I'm fine, right? But I know your type, right? So as soon as I see a woman that might be your type, I start like, oh, okay, where you going? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's because I get a little insecure about that. This woman.
Why is that not territorial?
No, like trust me, every woman know when another beautiful woman walked in the room. You know that. You might say ugly girl walk in the room. Okay, whatever. I'm not pressed. But as soon as you say pretty girl walk in the room and your man is there, you check the fuck in. That just to say like insecure have to do with jealousy, because you got a little insecure by seeing this beautiful woman, and because you got a little insecure, you become a little bit jealous. Because honestly speaking, let's be honest, if you're not insecure about this woman that just walking, you shouldn't be jealous. Because there's 10 other women in the room.
Can I just piggyback off of that, right? Recently we were in a room and it was a lot of people. It was like men and women. It was a lot of people there, right? Mm-hmm. Every time my man wasn't in my peripheral vision, I bugged the fuck out. Mm-hmm. I didn't see a beautiful woman. I didn't see an ugly woman who I deemed not attractive.
You just saw a woman.
I just saw women. And I happened to walk outside and he was on the balcony and she sells hookah and he's buying hookah and he's smoking hookah. And I'm like, wait, nobody else out here is smoking hookah but y'all. I don't know if that was insecurity or jealousy.
Jealousy, that's what I just said.
And I'm gonna be honest, did I feel like she was more attractive than me? No, I didn't. I don't even know what you, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what you call it. But I just didn't want him outside with a woman alone.
So,
period.
Nikki asked a question, which is more dangerous? And as Rico was talking, it sparked. And I'm going to say, once again, insecurity. I'm going to tell you why insecurity is more dangerous, right? Because with jealousy, that comes and goes. Like she said, it's like water in a plant. It comes and goes. With insecurity, well, you can rebuttal. I'm not mad. This is not a fact.
Oliver, nobody ever killed somebody in an insecure rage. She killed him in an insecure rage.
But let me explain why I say it's more dangerous. Because with insecurity, once again, like I said earlier, it's an internal thing. So you are now going from relationship to friendship to family ship, walking around with that insecurity. So that's dangerous to self. We're not talking about who's it affecting more. Because even if I am jealous, right, and I go beat you up, that's still dangerous to me. But the insecurity, but it's still a problem because once again, I'm moving to person, situation to situation, and I haven't addressed it. I haven't did therapy. I haven't spoke on it. Jealousy is something that can be more contained. It's ingredients for both, but you can contain jealousy a little bit more. But insecurity, you're looking at it, so insecurity is more inward and jealousy is more outward. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is.
You're saying that jealousy is more outward, right?
Yeah.
And insecurity is more inward,
yeah.
Right? But let me give you in a situation, right? Why insecurity or jealousy both can be outward, right? You could be highly secure with your job. Mm-hmm. You work a great job and you make $100,000 a year. The girls that you love to look at on Instagram are with guys who don't have to work, and they're supplying a whole bunch of different types of lifestyle. Now, since you're jealous, you are now selling drugs. You are now doing illegal activities, which is going to harm yourself.
Insecure, that's not jealousy.
No, it's jealousy. It's enviness. No, it's not. Wait, hold on. Because insecurity is jealousy because you're envying the fact that somebody else can provide more.
I just said that.
If you never seen that, right? You would be secure. So this is why it's more so jealousy than insecurity. If you never went on Instagram and see somebody treating the females in a way that you can't, you would have never had felt that insecurity that you're stating. But I'm saying is going to be jealousy.
Which build jealousy.
So you build jealousy by seeing what somebody else can do, and now you go out and harm yourself by taking unnecessary risks.